All right, folks, good morning. Uh, so I've been trying to work on I've been testing a little theory. And, this is my worm bin, and they're set up. There's just a tub inside of a tub with holes and drain holes. It's perfectly normal, what you would see if you were trying to build a worm bin. And then I've got another one over here, set up the same way. My ground is really poor, so I'm trying to put worms back into the ground. I've been building up with compost and stuff like that, but I want to up the worm population. So this is my main worm bin, and then this is my divider. So I've split this one in half to increase the worms, and then this one will go out to the garden, and this one will stay in the house. And I'm just keeping this thing. I mean, it's behind my couch. There's nothing special. I just leave it alone. I barely water it. I'm sure with more water, it would up the production of the worms. But this stuff, it's fine the way it is. They're getting along and they are reproducing and everything's going well. There should be some, I don't think this camera will pick it up, but there should be some hiding in here. Anyway, they're in there. And I was throwing some scraps in here, and this was a potato piece that I threw in there, and it started growing. And so I kind of got curious, and I put my regular potatoes just on the top surface, and that's causing them to chit. And it was just a trial experiment. These potatoes were kind of going southbound. I got some more, so I threw them in here as an experimental thing, and they're chitting, so I'll put more in this later before time to plant and get them all chitted out. And then my garden it was more seed production this year, and so I ended up having to get carrots from the store. I kind of forgot about them, and they got real flimsy, like saggy. They were bad, essentially. So I threw them in here, and I didn't want to have to. I'm trying to go for a passive system, so I didn't want to have to run everything through a blender. I know it's better for the worms, whatever. But I just chucked these things in here and just turned the pile over to bury them up. And then I got lazy one day and just threw a pile of them on top to test it, basically. But these things were crap. That one was that must be in there recently. But these things were all floppy. Yeah, not with one hand. I can't do it and hold the camera. But the carrots started throwing roots out, throwing greens out, and snappable now. And before they were just. I mean, there's a fresher one that's just maybe it was too far gone. I don't know, but they were all floppy like that. This is actually firmer than when I was throwing them in. And so everybody's seen where you can store potatoes and carrots in what's that stuff? The peat moss. If you store them in damp peat moss, they stay fresh all year. These carrots are regrowing. I would think that basically means they're fresher than when you got them from the store. Like if you took fresh carrots from your garden, stabbed them into this dirt in this bucket, and let them stay alive, you're essentially got fresh carrots on demand in your house all winter long. Because it's winter right now. It's coming into spring. We're in February, but we still got ice on the ground and stuff like that. So it keeps your potatoes. These are all firm. Knock the eyes off of them, and you got a freaking fresh potato. Same thing with the carrots. Cut the tops off and dice them up. So I'm able to get fresh root crop, apparently, worm bin, and I'm doing it all passively, so I'm not having to put electricity in, which is my main goal, is to do it as passively as possible. Like I said, yes, more water might do better for the worms and make them more productive, but more water will also make it so that the potatoes and stuff rot versus grow. So as long as I maintain this balance between the moisture content, I can use this worm bin. I can put 5 more of these damn things. put a couple stacked up under the pantry, whatever. And I could store my winter's worth of carrots and potatoes out of the garden in this stuff. It sure looks like it to me. So hopefully that was give you an idea, and hope you try it and it works for you. Bye.